another happy hour hang. You guys, I'm dying because I was reading the chat right before obviously coming on. And Shoya, I'm dead. Shoya said, you know you're addicted to Justin and Selena T with Madison when you're a bartender with a busy shift and finding any means and way to watch the live. So Shoya, I just wanted to shout you out. Thank you for multitasking and getting into the tea during your busy shift. You are an icon. You guys know I always stan multitasking. We gotta do what we gotta do. Ivy is in here as well. Jessica, George, Jonna, Maria, hello everyone. Vicky is in here. Christy, LH. Kiara is in here. Robert is in here. Christy, Patty, Melissa, Tamra as well, Unserious, Sarah, Dave, Melinda. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone doing? Tammy, I'm so happy that you were able to make it. If you are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. Also, hi Abby. So happy you were able to make it on this Monday. You guys, we are gonna get into a lot today. Also, hi Crimson Rose. Hi Brittany. We're going to be talking about Russell Brand, Zoe Kravitz, and Austin Butler, aka a celeb couple I did not have on my 2025 bingo card. We got a Sweeney update, Diddy and Cassie, Markle, all of this Justin Bieber tea. We're going to be talking about Justin Bieber and Drake. We're going to be talking about Justin and Selena. Did he like this picture? Did he not like this picture? And then we're going to end with a little Taylor tea, as you know I always try to do. And we're going to discuss this new report about Blake Lively and Taylor Swift and the status of their friendship. Also, Hugo said, I'm not saying Huong, let me know. Let me know how I'm supposed to pronounce your name. First time here, been an after watcher since forever. Hello, I'm so happy that you were able to tune in. You guys know that I love when after watchers, some magic happens in your schedule and you're able to tune in. Please always say hello. We love when our after watchers are able to come in and say hi. Also, while I'm saying that, hello to all of our after watchers. These happy hour hangs could not keep going without you. So hi after watchers. We love you. Tamara said, Madison, I'm always here even when I'm not supposed to be here. I am. Always remember that. Nothing can stop me from supporting my girl. Tamara, live, laugh, love you, girl. Miss Heather just popped in as well. Real Life Southern Barbie, so happy that you were able to make it. You guys, I am exhausted. I cannot lie to you. I feel like I just got a burst of energy. Hi, Joy. Seeing y'all's faces, seeing y'all in the chat. But it was a action-packed weekend. Hi, Karen. We had a ton of people come in town this weekend, which was so fun. We did a little impromptu engagement celebration for my sister at my parents' house on Saturday. Mama Hill, you guys, knows how to get a party together. So it was so much fun. They had their friends obviously over, and then some people were able to fly in. Cousin was here. Whenever you guys see Cousin pop in the chat, Cousin was here over the weekend. One of the Spicy Girls was able to come. My best friend from college was able to fly in as well, who's like another member of the family. And it was a very quick weekend, obviously, because it was just, you know, people flew in Friday to Sunday. But y'all, it was action-packed. It was action-packed. So I feel like I'm still recovering. We were up late every night. I feel like I've talked about this before, but whenever we get together, like the Spicy Girls get together, my childhood friends and I, because we've been friends since we were 6. Obviously, we all don't live in the same city, so whenever we do, it feels like we stay up so late because we try to pack in as much as we can into any amount of time that we have. So even last night, I think we were up chatting. Milena and her boyfriend Jack, who stayed here as well, we were up chatting until I think like 1:30, which y'all know I am normally a grandma. Normally I am in bed, I have my skincare done, my glasses on, I'm watching my Chicago Fire, but I have been lacking on sleep the past couple of days because we were doing so much celebrating. We were all together, we had to pack in as much as possible, so it was a really, really fun weekend. And then the next 2 weekends are gonna be crazy. I'm going to Miami for a bachelorette party this coming weekend. And then right from Miami, I go straight to Kansas City. So I'll be coming to y'all live from Kansas City next week, because then after that, I have another bachelorette party in Bentonville, Arkansas. So y'all, it is just gonna be back to back to back to back this month. And then when I get back to LA, it's tourist season. It's my birthday, which for my birthday this year, I literally just want to relax. But it is just, I feel like, action-packed from here on out, because then all the wedding stuff starts in June, and it's just a fun time. It is a fun time. I need to remember to take my vitamins and make sure I'm taking all my vitamin C and all of that stuff so I can stay healthy for all of these fun things. Friendly reminder. I just saw Miss Heather say, Madison, wear your glasses one day, and Robert said, Sam, I'd love to see you wearing glasses. Y'all, I'm just now getting comfortable wearing my glasses in public. I don't know why. I am really insecure about what I look like in my glasses. It's a weird thing. I'm getting over it. Like I said, I'm like I always drive with them. So normally my glasses only stay in the car. But I have slowly, hi Jelena, started wearing them in like the grocery store. Like I'll drive and then I wear them into the grocery store, or I will wear them like when I go to a show or the movies. But I rarely wear them. But I'm getting better. So maybe one day I'll surprise y'all and pop on here with my glasses. It's so funny. You know how I know some kids when they were younger, they wanted glasses. I just always felt like I didn't look good in glasses. So I'm slowly coming around to the idea of it. So maybe once in a while I'll surprise you guys and show you a pic in my glasses. Because I'm coming around. Sometimes I even catch myself, I'm like, I kind of look cute in my glasses, but it's a slow process. And truthfully, I only need them to see far away. Up close, I'm Gucci. Far away, which I blame the fact that I stare at a computer screen and a ring light and a phone all day. Up close, we're good. Far away, not HD. Also, Unserious said, stop calling us broke. We're trying our best, busy mama. Unserious, let me tell you, my bank account is not looking flushed with all of these flights that I have to take. It's not looking flush, but that's okay. We are manifesting. It's going to be fine. We're going to be Gucci. I just love to share with y'all, everything that I've got going on. Autumn said, hey, Madison, so happy I made it to the live. As a resident Swiftie, yes. I went back and listened to Taylor's first album, Fearless. I forgot how good it was. Oh, you got to do when you're driving, Autumn, you got to do a Taylor's version playlist. It is truly the best way to remember all of the hits that Taylor Swift has. Also, Kiara just popped in. Our sisters, Kiara and Karen. Always and Forever is in here as well. Hello. I'm happy. You know what? Don't even apologize for being late. You made it just on time. Crimson Rose said, girl, I get hit on more with my glasses on than off. I don't know if men have... Wait, really? Interesting. Maybe I should try wearing my glasses. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe people just want to see me with the glasses. Okay, Crimson Rose. I see, I hear, I receive. Also, Shabria just popped in as well. Lorraine said, how do I keep making the live? I'm flying to Vegas for a friend's wedding in 2 weeks, and you give me hope and keep me positive about flying. Lorraine, members know this. I've really been trauma dumping, as you know, Lorraine, on the members about my fear of flying. Lorraine, this is the first one coming up. So I am nervous. You guys, I never was a nervous flyer, even though I'm like an anxiety girly, but I've never been a nervous flyer. As soon as I'm in the air, I'm chilling. I'm getting an apple juice if it's in the morning. If it's past 10 a.m., we're getting a little plain wine. I get my snacks. I watch my shows, my movies, or I do some work. Once I was in the air, not anxious about a thing. As of late, a little anxious. The news has made me a little anxious. So, Lorraine, I will report back. how it is. I'm praying everything is fine. I am flying with a friend to Miami. And honestly, it's going to be a good situation because the friend I'm flying with is not anxious. Like, she is one of those friends who checks me when my anxiety is starting to go out of control. She'll be like, Madison, let's really think this through. It's going to be okay. Like, she just never lets herself sweat. So I think it'll be good that that is who I'm traveling with for this first time, because anytime that I like start to let the anxiety go crazy, my friend Holly will be like, Madison, we're gonna be okay. So hopefully everything goes fine. I definitely want to vlog and take y'all along with me on these trips, because I love to share. I also too am trying to figure out how I can incorporate these weddings and these bachelorettes into content for people too, because I feel like we all have major events coming up. So I want to be able to like share my tips and tricks for all of these bachelorettes and weddings that I have coming up. I'm going to Miami for a bachelorette party. So it is going to be bus, club, another club, boat, bus, club, that kind of situation. So yes, a vacation, but also we will be going. So everyone, I'm trying to train my liver. I'm drinking green tea to keep myself hydrated. I need to take my vitamins because I already didn't sleep this weekend. So we're hoping that the vibes are going to be good. We're hoping the vibes are going to be good, you guys. I'm trying to pep myself up. All of this, I literally have been feeling kind of like run down all day, and then something happened. I saw y'all in the chat. I saw that we had so much Bieber tea to get into, and suddenly I was like, feels like I just took a B12 shot. The House of Hill gives me life. The House of Hill gives me life. Shabria said maybe like go-to bachelorette looks and your must-haves as a travel girly. Yes, okay. I can do that, Shabria. And I'm having a plan for like 2 very different bachelorettes, 2 different climates, because Selena just said it's going to be hot. It is. And also, I feel like theme ideas, you know, because one bachelor has a lot of themes. So I'm cooking. I'm cooking with gasoline up here. Dave said I'll run the maintenance. Dave, if you could make sure you're on the American Airlines account this week, okay, please, that would help. That would help your girl. That would help your girl not have as much anxiety. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the tea because I want to make sure we can get into it all. If you're here and you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. That way people who have not gotten their YouTube notification can make sure that they get it. Oh, okay, Dave said always on American Airlines. Whew, honestly, that makes me feel better already about my flight this week. Okay, amazing. Let's get into it, you guys. So Russell Brand, we are staying, Betty, I gotta check where we're staying. I know it's an Airbnb, because I know you're in Miami. I know it's an Airbnb, so once I figure out where it is, I'll let y'all know. You can give me the tea. Hopefully it's a good place. Russell Brand, after a 2-year investigation, you guys, has officially been charged in the UK on essay charges for incidents that allegedly took place between 1999 and 2004. These charges are coming down from 4 different women who actually initially made these accusations in a documentary. Then after the documentary aired, an investigation started. 2 years later, now he has officially been charged. After he was officially charged, the charges actually came down on Friday. He released a statement on social media in an Instagram video. And he talked about how, you know, he is sober now. And when he was addicted to substances and alcohol and sex, he might have done things that he wasn't proud of. But he is not a rapist. And what's interesting to me is he's now doubling down on his innocence. That part's not interesting, but what's interesting to me is that he went ahead and released a new episode of his podcast today. And he's talking about the charges. He talked about his past. He said, in the past, during those years in question, he was captured by a darkness in his life when it comes to sex and alcohol. He, said he was out there having sex with everyone, and that's part of the reason why he wanted to get famous, was just because he was looking to have pleasure, at any given moment. He said women were throwing themselves at him. He said that he is now sober and that consent is key for him. Even if he was having a lot of sex, he says, that doesn't mean he was raping or assaulting anyone. What do y'all think? This was obviously, I saw someone mention Katy Perry in the chat. These alleged incidents took place before he was with Katy Perry. Again, it was 1999 to 2004, and I don't believe him and Katy Perry got together until later 2010s. What do we think of, I guess, Russell's kind of explanation of his past to where he is now? Also, Unserious, I did see your super chat. Thank you for always thinking of me and my safety. I don't know. I guess for me, it feels a little bit shocking to do this podcast episode because here in the US, the way our system works is, anything you say after you've been charged, that can be used against you. So normally people who are charged would not go out and do a podcast episode, whether they're declaring their innocence or not, because what they say can be used against them. And I feel like him going out there and being like, I was looking for pleasure, I was doing XYZ, I was crazy, I was wild, I was behaving in this way, but I didn't do these things. I don't know. Maybe I just am shocked. I think maybe for me it's just jarring to see someone like just address this head on. But we do know the British, they're direct. They say what they're going to say. They don't pull any punches. So maybe that is just Russell Brand being Russell Brand. But I don't know. It's just very interesting to me. Oh, Jessica said it's the same thing. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law is what they say in the UK. So it's the same thing. So it's just interesting to me that his lawyers would be okay with him going out and doing a podcast episode. I don't know. I feel like they would want to make sure he is not saying anything. They're going to fight the case in court. He's also, too, kind of, and this is for my people who love a good conspiracy, part of his defense is also trying to essentially question if people even trust the UK government. In his social media video that he posted on Friday, he was like, how do you guys feel about your government? How do you feel? Do you trust them? How do you feel about how they've handled high-profile cases? I feel like they haven't handled them very well. Are you happy? Like, he's essentially kind of trying to put doubt in people's minds about the court system in general as another part of his defense. So his defense is, can you even trust these people who are bringing down these charges? And yes, even though in my past I was crazy, I was addicted, I was in a darkness, consent was still key for me, and I never did any of these things that I'm being accused of. That's essentially his defense, and it is very interesting. I will be interested to see how this plays out. I don't think it's going away anytime soon. And Crimson Rose, that's a good point. She said, I mean, the two can be true. The government can be corrupt, and he could have done some shady things in his past. Both of those things can be true. Jessica said facts. Jessica said, I am in the UK and facts. So we'll see, y'all. We'll see. I do feel like, I don't know a ton about Russell Brand, but I do feel like he did, yes, cousin, we're talking about Russell Brand. Also, hi, I told everyone we got to see you this weekend. Russell Brand did kind of have that reputation, correct me if I'm wrong, of like a wild party guy. Do you guys remember? I mean, I feel like his reputation was he was like this kooky, crazy partier who was doing all these crazy things. And that's why I feel like when he did get with Katy Perry, people were kind of like, huh, interesting. So yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to keep our eye on this situation. But yes, I saw Miss Heather ask, is he sober now? He is sober. He's sober. He's married. He has children. He does a podcast. And yeah. So he is very different is also something he's definitely emphasizing now. Also, hi Dee. Hello. Also, good to know that I'm not the only one who remembers people thinking like this man is crazy. LH says, yes, that was his rep. And when he married Katy Perry, I was like, what is she thinking? I remember being like, this does not feel like this is going to last, which obviously it didn't. But it was the craziest celeb couple, I feel like, in a while. Obviously now she's, happily married. But that was a wild time. I feel like I personally kind of forgot about the Russell Brand, Katy Perry era until these charges were brought on him. And I was like, oh my God, does anyone remember when he was literally married to Katy Perry? Crazy. I'm seeing a lot of you say you couldn't stand him back in the day. That's how I felt too. He was also, I feel like, somebody who was controversial just for the sake of being controversial. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, here he comes. Also, hi, Stephanie. I'm so happy you're able to catch a live. So, we'll keep an eye, y'all. Crystal said, just because you're different now does not mean you should not be held accountable for your actions. T. And I feel like he's really trying to play up like he's different now. But I'm going to keep an eye on this situation. I hope y'all are interested in it too. We don't have to harp on it too much, but I definitely want to see where these charges go and what happens from here. But let's go ahead. Actually, speaking of crazy couples, just wanted to briefly touch on this because it's not something that I thought I was going to see. Allegedly, you guys, Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler are hooking up. Okay? I love Tammy said shady. Obviously talking about Russell, but I feel kind of, about Zoe Kravitz, Austin Butler. So this is coming from a source who spoke to Radar Online. They're working together. So the source said that these two have been taking their on-screen chemistry off-screen. They are both technically single, so fully available and able to do so. But the source said they've been keeping it very under the radar. They're both very respectful of their ex-partners and just seeing how things go. Obviously, Zoe Kravitz used to date Channing Tatum. Austin Butler used to date Kaya Gerber. I guess I just didn't expect it. Betty said, not interested at all. And then Lizzie said, I thought Zoe was with Channing Tatum. They broke up. I know, they broke up. I loved them together. I was so sad. Especially because like Channing Tatum also was hanging out with Taylor Swift. They were doing double dates. But yeah, no, Zoe is not with Channing Tatum anymore, y'all. They're broken up. And now her and Austin Butler are hooking up. I saw someone say maybe a PR situation, maybe for the movie. Maybe. Marie said maybe a little PR situation. It also could just be a situation of circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, we're both working on this movie. We're both attractive actors. We have chemistry on screen. Let's see what happens off screen. It could also just be that. I feel like it often goes unsaid that, like just how people in real life have hookups that don't go anywhere, celebrities can have hookups that don't go anywhere. So it's like, if these two want to hook up while they're working on the movie and not actually date, mazel tov, they do not have to. But I feel like for some reason when it comes to celebrities, people always feel like if there's any rumors of hooking up, they like have to be in a serious relationship. And I'm with you, Tammy. I'm like, maybe it's just two consenting adults having a good time. And if that's the case, go off. But I am a little nosy, and I would like to know if it does go anywhere. Crimson Rose said, hey, at least she's not pulling an Ariana. T. Again, like I said, they're both single, and they're both mingling, as they should, well within their rights. Athena said he's a method actor. Remember Elvis? Athena, I will never forget that. And honestly, I feel like even still sometimes when I hear Austin Butler talk, I'm like, Elvis never left the building. Like, literally, Elvis never left the building. Just me. And I'll never be able to look at Austin Butler without thinking of his Elvis voice ever again. Yes, also, Jelena, we are going to talk about Diddy and Cassie in just a minute. We're going to move on from this Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler situation, and we're going to talk about Sydney Sweeney. And it might not even be PR either, Betty. It might not even be PR either. Like I said, it might just be two people having a good time. But PR is also, you know, an option. Maybe the studio is trying to plant some rumors. That way people are more intrigued by the movie. Although I hope studios have learned by now that any BTS drama that happens between actors, directors, producers never fares well. You think that people hearing about on-screen or on-set drama is going to drum a pipe for the film, but I think we've now had several examples that that does not work. Jessica, Sydney and Glenn, not together. This Sydney Sweeney update is actually one that I wanted to put on here because, again, as I kind of was telling y'all last week, I was like, it was just a matter of circumstance for how, you know, the news broke of Sydney calling off her wedding to then going to Glenn's sister's wedding. And more proof of that, over the weekend, Sydney Sweeney was actually seen out with her ex-fiance, Jonathan Davino. Unserious said 65% of people with this disease, yet celebs at the same people. I didn't know that statistic. Sydney Sweeney, you guys, was seen out with her ex-fiance, Jonathan Davino, this weekend. They went out to lunch. They were with their dog. Sydney Sweeney, based on the photos that were obtained by Page Six, very much not wanting to be caught. She had her hood up, sunglasses on, was very much trying to be incognito, but of course was caught red-handed. There was no noticeable PDA or anything. They had lunch, they left. I also still don't think that the wedding is going to happen. An insider told Us Magazine there haven't been any further discussions about let's reschedule, let's start planning again. I think they're still very much taking time apart. I think they're still very much, not back to where they were. But I think this kind of proves those reports that we were hearing that, they're not throwing in the towel completely yet, but they are taking time apart and trying to figure out where to go from here. They were supposed to get married this spring, so kind of soon-ish. But again, they called it off because they had been having some issues. Multiple reports state this, so I feel pretty confident in it. You guys know whenever there's consistency, I tend to really pay attention to that. And consistently, we've been hearing a lot of their issues stemmed from Sydney Sweeney being very busy, her work schedule being crazy. She supports not only herself, but her family. Jonathan Davino is a little bit older. He was wanting to slow down a little bit, possibly talk about starting a family. And Sydney Sweeney's like, I'm kind of at the top of my career right now, not quite ready to slow down. So they were, working through that, reportedly having issues regarding some differences. And she reportedly was very overwhelmed and stressed with the wedding coming up, which is why she went ahead and said, let's call it off. So she called off the wedding. They are no longer getting married at this time. Again, the last we heard is they are living separately. They're taking some time, but they're not fully throwing in the towel yet. They do have an age gap. They do have a large age gap, but they've been together for 7 years, 8 years. So they've been together for quite a long time. Jelena's not a fan of Sydney and Jonathan. So we'll see. They were seen out together, like I said, having lunch. Maybe this is a sign that they're gonna be able to work it out, or maybe they were just getting together to figure out how we're gonna split up custody of the dog. We shall see. We'll keep an eye. Let's go ahead. I'm just giggling at Selena is not here for that big of an age gap. I mean, 15, 14 years, that is a large age gap for sure. But they were together for a long time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's get into the Diddy and Cassie tea. Also, if you guys are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. We're going to talk about Diddy and Cassie, Meghan Markle, and then we're going to get into the Bieber of it all. Jelena said, y'all, when I was 20, I couldn't imagine a 30-year-old hitting on me. I'm calling my parents. I mean, I think of that too. That would be like, I'm 31. Oh gosh, I can't do math on camera. So that would be like me dating someone who's almost 50, like 46. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that feels kind of crazy. That feels a little crazy. Yeah. D said it was if they're happy, good for them. And then Brandy said it was so about the dog. Brandy said they are splitting custody of their fur child. Honestly, my first thought was they're getting together to talk about the dog. And then my second thought was, I also think this goes to show they're not fully throwing in the towel just yet. Like clearly they're still having discussions. Clearly there's still things to work out. So we'll see. Okay, getting into the Diddy and Cassie to you guys. Also, we have over 217 people here watching. If you guys haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. It will help YouTube send out notifications to those who haven't gotten them yet. New report from TMZ, Cassie, you guys, plans to testify at Diddy's upcoming trial, and she will not be anonymous. Also, I saw Miley pop in the chat. I wanted to make sure I said hi to Miley. Member Miley, and also Violet, first time commenting live, usually an afterwatcher. Love this community. Violet, so happy to have you here. TMZ reports, you guys, that victim number 1 is prepared to testify under her own name during the trial. This is reportedly Cassie. There are 3 other alleged victims who have requested to keep their identities a secret, who also plan on testifying. Prosecutors reportedly say that pseudonyms will be used instead of real names. Remember, Diddy's trial is a little less than a month out, okay? We are almost there, which is crazy. Crazy. I think this is incredibly commendable, brave, just all of the words of Cassie, to be honest with you guys. I think she has so much guts. And I said this whenever she spoke out about Diddy in the first place, because truthfully, you guys, and I really believe this, if Cassie never took a stand and filed that initial lawsuit, I don't know if we'd be sitting here talking about Diddy behind bars today. I think he would have, I like to believe eventually his luck would have ran out and the law would have caught up to him, in my opinion. But I really believe Cassie is a very big reason why the public woke up, why investigators woke up, why people finally started maybe looking at Diddy differently. And that is a lot of pressure for somebody to take on a mogul like Diddy, okay? That is a lot. And I feel like the fact that he settled her lawsuit within the snap of a finger, literally 24 hours, really woke a lot of people up. So I truly commend Cassie for not only speaking up about this and getting the ball rolling, but also being like, I am going to face this man in a court of law, and I'm going to use my name. I'm going to use my identity. I'm going to use my platform. That takes guts. That is not an easy feat. And it doesn't discount the other victims who are testifying as well under pseudonyms. I completely respect and understand why they want to keep their identity private. They also are fighting the fight and speaking up for themselves. I just also really want to make sure that I am uplifting Cassie, because not an easy thing to do, you guys, in the slightest. And I just want to make sure, you know, she feels the support. I think she will. I hope the internet and people will be kind and respectful. But truly, truly, shout out to her. Patty, no, they don't have any children together. They do not have any kids together. They just had a very toxic on and off relationship. And I think Cassie will be able to testify to a lot of the things that, you know, Diddy is being charged with. So Jelena said, we know the internet will not be kind. I know, that's just what I worry about, you know? Because I'm like, this is all, also too, like, the fact that she has to drum up all of this stuff, you know, is a lot for her. I also saw Betty say it'll be a closed court hearing. It will. This is a federal case, so there will not be cameras in the courtroom. But obviously it will still be reported on what she testifies to. And I'm with you, Tammy, that security footage, I think, is something that I will never be able to unsee. Even now, I feel like anytime I see Diddy's name in a headline, my brain goes to that footage, honestly. Also, Tabitha just popped in, checking in. Hello, hello. Thank you for the compliment on the blue. Yes, I'm serious. We can call it news, an update. It's, you know, again, very commendable what Cassie is doing. And we are, like I said, you guys, less than a month out. Because remember, the trial is set to start the first week in May. So it's here. It is here. I don't know why this felt like kind of fast towards the end. I can't believe that we've been talking about this and getting updates, and we're now a month away. So obviously we'll keep y'all updated. Just want to make it very clear, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I very much support Cassie and think it is incredibly brave and strong, and what an example she is setting to be able to testify and share her story. So shout out to Cassie. Okay, you guys, moving on. We're going to get into a little Meghan Markle, and then we're going to get into Justin Bieber. I saw Hannah say, it's so weird because my dad was a fan of Tupac, and to find out that Diddy possibly, if I can remember, was involved in that situation. I think a lot is going to come out during this trial, you guys. Again, I never thought the feds would take him to trial if they didn't have a lot ready to go on this man, and I think a lot is going to get out. Tamara, of course it's possible. The bail hearings are done. Is it possible that he could be found innocent and acquitted and released? Yes, that is a possibility. You know, whenever you go to trial, you're either going to be found guilty and stay behind bars, you're going to be found innocent, acquitted, and you're going to get out. Again, I don't think the feds would bring a case against Diddy if they didn't feel like their case was airtight. But y'all know in this country you are innocent until proven guilty. Although I have my own personal opinions about that in regards to Diddy. And I believe he needs to stay exactly where he is, as y'all know. I feel like, I don't know how anyone could see that security footage and think that that man is innocent. Kanye West, I'm looking at you. Crazy to me. And I hope that he, you know, gets everything that he deserves. I'll say that. Okay, Meghan Markle, you guys, really quick, and then we're going to get into the Justin Bieber tea. Another rough go at it for Meghan Markle, y'all. And I don't think Gigi's in the chat for this royal fam tea, but her lifestyle brand, if for those of you who don't know, oh, Jennifer said UK watcher here for the Meghan tea. Okay, UK girlies, royal family tea girlies. Meghan Markle's just hit with another struggle bus situation. So she has her lifestyle brand called As Ever, and her brand had to issue an apology because they were not able to fill customer orders for this limited edition honey that they were trying to sell. It was like a wildflower honey with a honeycomb for 30 bucks. Put it on the website. We're only able to fulfill a few orders. Obviously oversold. Then found themselves in a pickle. Had to issue an apology. Had to issue refunds. And while this isn't like groundbreaking, earth-shattering of an issue, like a lot of new brands that launch struggle with supply, demand, inventory. It's just the fact that it's Meghan Markle, y'all. Oh my God. I mean, I feel for her in the sense that she is just giving people more ammunition to drag her. I know she wanted this launch to be so successful so she could really give people the middle finger, because people have been, you know, critiquing her for trying to get into the lifestyle space, and for her drop to backfire in the sense that they weren't able to fulfill all the orders. They had to issue an apology. I'm just like, oh man, you just gave the trolls more ammunition. Yipes, 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 yipes. Also, hi, Diana. I just saw you pop in. It really is, it's just bad. She really can't catch a break. It feels like, I don't know what Meghan did. I don't know who Meghan pissed off, but the universe is just upset. The universe is upset. She has really no luck, Joy. Truly, truly, truly. So Meghan Markle, the honey didn't go well, but we're gonna, LH said she's burning off loads of bad karma, it seems. It just really feels like she is having bad luck after bad luck after bad luck, man. I tell ya, when the honey drop goes bad, it's like, that's supposed to be sweet, it's supposed to be fun, lighthearted. You're selling honey. When you have to issue an apology over the honey, I just feel like it might be a wrap for me, honestly. I'm like, the jam backfired, the honey's backfiring. I don't know if I'd give another, you know, niche condiment, is what I was gonna say, a go. I feel like I would just take my bow and exit stage left, honestly. I'm also laughing. Emily said, how did that many people want $30 honey? Organic honey, you know? Apparently, who knew? There is a large market for organic honey. Good to know. Just take the summer off, literally. Summer break with the kids. Go on holiday. Go on holiday, come back, try again. Fair. I think that'd be a good piece of advice for Meghan, honestly. But let's get into the Justin Bieber tea, you guys, because I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to discuss and get into it. Crystal said, I used to be a fan of Meghan and now I don't feel the same. Is it true she's getting divorced? There have been divorce rumors with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for like, probably I'd say several months now. We've heard these grumblings. Sources have come forward and said that that is not true. They're happier than ever. They're fine. So as of right now, I don't see divorce on the horizon. And I think it's safe to disregard any of those rumors. If I see anything to the contrary that actually has some, you know, substance to it, Crystal, I will let you know. Okay. Justin Bieber tea. Also, Crimson Rose is right. It's better to get organic honey from your home state for allergies. Anytime I buy honey, I always look for it to be produced in California. Wherever you are, if you have bad allergies, honestly, eating local honey does help. I'm an allergy girly. and it makes a difference. Okay, Justin Bieber. So much social media drama again, you guys. First, we're gonna talk about the Drake of it all, okay? Hi, Maria. Hello, hello. So Justin posted on his Instagram, you guys, telling people to shoot him a DM if you want to make music together. And Drake commented and said, I DM'd, but no reply. People are having a field day over this for multiple layers. Honestly, I feel like there's multiple layers to this. Drake DMing Justin Bieber and Justin Bieber not replying. I feel like Drake is kind of a music industry pariah right now, you know? Nobody's feeling Drake. Ever since his beef with Kendrick Lamar, then him trying to sue his label, everyone kind of is looking like that and embarrassing. That's one layer of the situation. I feel like Drake is probably DMing a lot of people. Hi, Jasmine. And no one is replying. No one wants to be attached to Drake. No one wants to work with Drake, collab with Drake. Then the other layer to it, y'all, which I think a lot of people are forgetting, Drake and Hailey Bieber, or shall I say when she was a Baldwin, Hailey Baldwin, Drake and Hailey had a rumored fling. Like there was a little situation where Drake was trying to, you know, get with Hailey Baldwin. And it was a long time ago. It was never confirmed. It was all rumors. Also, yes, Tabitha, enjoy your shift. But I think that is another layer to it. I think Drake and Justin have like since cleared the air on the Hailey situation of it all, but like that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, oh no, Drake, I just feel like you were setting yourself up for a no. You know what I mean? You're the music pariah. Yes, I know you and Justin were fine after the Hailey situation, but I also think that's another layer to it. And Abby said anyone else at this point would be better than Drake. I do agree with you. I feel like Drake is just not who Justin should be collaborating with. And also, I don't know if this is mean, but I also feel like it's a little pick-me of Drake to comment that he DM'd and didn't get a reply. Like, if I'm Drake, I DM Justin Bieber and Justin Bieber leaves me on red, I'm not letting the public know that. That's just going to, like Meghan Markle, give people more fuel to make fun of me. Like, I don't know where in Drake's mind he was like, yeah, bro, check your DMs. What? Like, are you trying to literally have people troll you even more? I don't know why he commented that. I just feel like at this point, Drake is embarrassing himself after every single situation. Is it Juliana said it's part of his brand. Kind of feels that way. Like, I just feel like Drake, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing, and I don't know how you recover from this. You're just digging yourself a deeper hole. Superstar Bella said Hailey was a yacht girl. She was trying to be in any space where there was money. There are rumors, yes, that Hailey was a yacht girl. And for those of you who don't know what a yacht girl is, it's this like internet theory that models were hired to be on yachts with very rich men and do things with these wealthy men for money. I've been seeing the YouTube videos about that, the conspiracy theories about that. I just want to also remind everyone that Hailey Bieber did come from a prominent family. I don't think, even if she was maybe in, like, attending these parties, I guess I would just be really surprised to learn that she was actually getting anything transactionally from these parties. Just be careful. Just be careful what we are consuming and believing out there. Yes, Haley's dad might not have the most money, but her mom had family money too. I just feel like we have to, like, you know, I don't know. Obviously, you can watch all the videos, whatever, but I don't know. I feel like there's no way she was doing it for the money. Okay, Betty said not for money, but for fame. But she had all fame, like she was around famous friends. Her dad was getting her in the circles. Dee said, I'll say it, she's focused on Justin. I don't know. Maybe there's multiple layers to that theory as well, y'all. I don't know. I just don't fully buy that. I don't fully buy that. I know there's pictures. I know that that is a theory. I'm cautious about that. I don't know. I really, again, it is a theory, but I don't know if I fully buy that theory. Actually, I know I don't fully buy that theory. I don't know why I said I don't know. I don't fully buy it. But Haley aside, we're going to talk about Haley in just a second. Justin and Drake aside, because Drake, so sorry, embarrassing. Let's talk about this screenshot going around of Justin Bieber allegedly liking a photo of Selena and Benny. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but fan accounts have been sharing this receipt. It is a Complex Instagram post, so an Instagram post from Complex. They reposted the photo that Selena posted of her and Benny, and people were saying Justin Bieber liked this photo. I'm with y'all. I don't believe it's real, but this is going wild on the internet. Again, this originated from a fan account. A fan account posted this photo first. This is not the first time something like this has happened. There was an incident on TikTok a while back, remember, of like a Selena comment. We have to be careful out there. We have to be careful of what receipts we are consuming. I really don't believe Justin would do this. Here's the thing. Justin is trolling 1,000,000%. Justin getting attention 1,000,000%. Him posting the like little thing about the girl showing off their engagement ring on his Instagram story, trolling 1,000,000%. But do I think he would go as far to like a photo of Selena and Benny? No, I think that's honestly where Haley would draw the line. To be real with you guys, I feel like Haley would be like, you know, post your little trolly things, post your spammy comments. But I do think if he liked a photo of Selena, that might be where Miss Haley would draw the line. Hannah said, I don't like it, but respectfully, I will be respectful about it. Superstar Bell said, people don't remember all the things that they did until photos and videos came out. If he did go on him showing growth, Joy said. I don't think so. I really don't think so, y'all. I'm skeptical. Again, I think Justin will do a lot of things to be a troll, but liking a photo of Selena and Benny, especially because you guys know it's my theory that like a lot of Justin's saltiness stems from the fact that Benny is the one who ended up with Selena because they used to be friends. I just really don't think he would be liking a photo of her and Benny kissing. I really don't think so. Maddie, have you seen people on TikTok make up this fake scenario of Justin and Haley and the group chat? People are losing their minds. I have not seen that, but it does not surprise me. I guess you know what is kind of funny to me is that now it's like gone mainstream to talk about Justin, Haley, Selena, Benny. I'm like, that tea has been tea. You know what I mean? Like, we've known that Justin does these things to attach himself to Selena. We know that this tea has been going on. It's just funny to me that now it's gone mainstream and like taken over TikTok, and now it's at this like insane level. It feels like it's almost gone from like the Stan universe to like now it's literally everywhere. Remember Madison, exes are weird and will randomly like your new boo photos so they look unbothered. Yes, I know people do that, but Justin's not gonna like a photo of Selena and Benny kissing, you guys. No. He has two, that, like I said, I really think for Haley, that would be a line. That would be a line for Haley. I think she's able to overlook the trolling, but liking a photo, absolutely not. Robert said, accidentally liking a pic or unliking happens to me a lot. True. But I also think for me where I struggle with it is the fact that like this originated from fan accounts. That's I think where I struggle with it a little bit too. It's like fan accounts were the ones who were posting the receipt in the first place, you know? So I think obviously it's tea. Obviously you can be like, it could happen, but I think approach this situation with a healthy amount of skepticism and a healthy amount of like, I don't know about that. That would be wild, but probably not. Also too, you guys, if you're seeing headlines of like, Haley goes on girls' night amid Justin's craziness. Yes, she was seen with Kendall this weekend. They went to Sushi Park. They had a little girls' night, but she was also seen out getting ice cream with Justin. It was her, Justin, and Lori Harvey. They went to Cold Stone. So I think Haley and Justin are doing their best to like put on a united front. I think Haley is very aware of what the internet is saying about him. Haley very much knows. I'm sure she had to vent to her friends, but she also made sure to have a sighting with Justin this weekend so she could tell everyone like, look over here, united front. Haley knows what she's doing. Haley knows what people are saying. And I think her and Justin are just, honestly, living under the motto of any press is good press these days. Just my personal opinion. But let's go ahead, move on from Justin and Selena and Justin and Drake. And really quick, I just wanted to touch on this Blake Lively and Taylor Swift tea, you guys. If you're here, we have over 270 people watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. We had an insider who spoke to News Nation via Yahoo Entertainment. And apparently, you guys, Blake and Taylor have repaired their friendship to a better level. This insider shared that Blake has reportedly apologized to Taylor. She has said she's sorry. The source said that now that Blake has, they said apologize, but I also feel like what the source is not saying is owned up to what she did. Because I'm like, if they had this alleged big talk where there was this apology, I imagine there had to be some accountability with an apology for them to get to a better place, for Taylor to feel good in her friendship with, Blake Lively again. And this source claims that they have, quote, worked everything out. What do we think of this? Because remember the last we heard it was like Taylor is taking a little bit of a break from Blake. That's part of why Taylor and Travis have been kind of, just focusing on their relationship, taking a break from the spotlight, taking a break from people. We've heard reports that, Travis didn't like how Taylor has been used in the media by some of her friends. What do we think about this report that Blake and Taylor have reportedly worked everything out and that Blake apologized to Taylor. Jennifer said, what is Blake sorry for? That's the interesting part. That's what I'm saying with the accountability aspect of it all. Cousin said, I wonder if Blake has made it obvious that Taylor cannot be a witness to the lawsuit. Maybe that. Maybe she doesn't want her to get roped into a deposition because we know Justin Baldoni's lawyers are like, we will be deposing Taylor if we need to. Jasmine said, I don't think Taylor will ever be as close to Blake now, no matter her apology. Very fair. Theory. I'm amazed Taylor and Blake worked it out because Taylor does not like being used. I'm not so sure about that. I think she still won't be as close. That's kind of how I feel, you guys. And we do have to remember, Taylor was very close with Blake and Ryan. She is a godmother to their children. I don't think Taylor would completely cut them off because of that. But do I think that Taylor would hear Blake out? Yes. Do I think Taylor would, hear her apology? Yes. Do I think she ideally would like to get to a cordial place because she is close with their kids? Yes. But that doesn't mean that Taylor has to treat Blake this way she did before. That doesn't mean they have to be the exact same they were before. Their friendship might look different now. Taylor might be a little bit guarded. Maybe she won't share as much with Blake. Maybe they're, it's kind of like an arm's length situation. Like, okay, I forgive you, but not going to invite you completely in. We don't know. We don't know. I think worked everything out is a very relative, broad term. This is very much giving, I think someone from Blake's camp wants the public to think her and Taylor are fine. I think there is someone in Blake's camp who knows Taylor's influence on public opinion is huge. And I believe there's someone from her camp that thinks if the public thinks Taylor is on Blake's side, that will be good for Blake. And that's where I believe a lot of this is stemming from. Unserious said, need Taylor to stand on business, not friendship. Again, I think we have to think of all of the possibilities and all of the reasons why this is coming out now. I really think it's a matter of trying to help get the public on Blake's side. Because, again, people are just really continuing to drag her. Betty said, did you say that Travis didn't like how Taylor was using the media? No. I said there was a report from the Daily Mail that Travis did not like how Taylor's friends used her, or Taylor was, I guess, being connected to her friends in the media and how the media was using Taylor's friendships with people for headlines. And it wasn't as necessarily the Blake of it all. That was one example that was used. But Taylor's name was also being thrown into the mix with Jamie King. Jamie King lost custody of her son. And a lot of the headlines were like, Taylor Swift's former friend, Jamie King, loses custody of her son due to battle with addiction. And that's when that report was coming out, that Travis didn't like that the media was, kind of capitalizing on some of these friendships that Taylor has for attention. And people were using Taylor's name in situations that she didn't even have anything to do with in regards to her friends. Not that Travis didn't like how Taylor was using the media. Sorry if that was not clear. Julie K, hello. Have you liked this video? Hoping we see a Tay self-friend era. Yes, absolutely. Also, hi, Nicole. Hello. Vera's Ambient said, Justin and Haley are doing the most for attention for this new album. They do this every time and immediately after Selena's album release. It is suspicious. Oh, Betty, I know you are not the biggest Travis fan. I know. Jelena said, Maddie, can we talk about the JB video where he burned down the Drew house, showed his love for Haley, and then introduced his new brand, Skylark? Yes, we could talk about that really quick. If you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. So what Jelena is referring to, Justin's new clothing brand that he is launching is called Skylark. and the way he introduced this new brand, it was like this cartoon video of him burning down Drew House, which is his old clothing brand, walking out, kissing Haley. Haley's seen pushing a little baby carriage, and they're walking out into the new horizon of his new brand, Skylark. You know, I do feel like that was a statement. And this is also why I say Justin and Haley are very aware of what people online are saying about them. He put that in the promo video on purpose to once again troll everybody. To say, I see what people are saying. I see that people are making fun of us. I see that people think there's, you know, cracks in our marriage. I know people think that, you know, our marriage isn't gonna last, we're cringy, whatever. That definitely was, again, Justin just trolling everyone in regards to what they've been saying about their relationship. Justin is smarter than he looks, folks. Again, he's been in this industry a long time. He knew exactly the hype that would drum up. Also, too, I think Skylark is part of the reason why he's been posting all of those birds. I saw a Sloan video on Instagram, and he was like looking up something about Skylark, and it had something to do with birds. I think it's a type of bird, which is why I also think that's part of why Justin has been posting all of those bird pictures on his Instagram feeds. Like, again, people are thinking he's manic and spiraling and posting all this weird stuff. There is reasons for everything. Juliana said, can we talk about this feed? Justin Bieber has maintained public attention for almost 2 months now, you guys. Between the, you know, posting photos, videos of him indulging in the THC, posting spammy things on social media, linking himself to Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco in the sense of, you know, posting things on his Instagram story, posting videos that people think he's disrespecting Haley. It's all part of a plan. It's all part of the plan. Again, can we not forget all of the reports we heard about Justin Bieber going back and looking at his past business managers, partners, collaborators, conspirators, and feeling like he was screwed over, feeling like he, you know, does not have the funds that he should be having, and wanting to rectify that situation. Do not forget those reports, because that is exactly what I think Justin is focused on right now. Justin wants his music comeback to be more successful than ever. Him burning down that Drew house also, again, signifies I am done with the past, moving forward onto the future. He needs these things to be a success. He knows that, you know, people talking about you on social media is exactly what he needs to make them a success. He is playing into that. He is playing into the trolls, playing into what people are talking about, playing into the TikToks, playing into the commentary. Again, I don't know if Haley necessarily loves it, but she's doing what she needs to do. She is doing what she needs to do. So, shout out to Justin. He is operating under the good old tried and true rule. Any press is good press. And Jillian is right. It has kept him, or at least kept his name in our mouths for a solid couple weeks. You know what I mean? Also, Tammy said, oh, I wonder if Rain can sing. I am dead. Absolutely, absolutely dead. But you guys, that is all the tea I have for you on this happy hour hang. This was a fun one. I feel like we had a good catch up. We got into a lot of different kinds of tea. Talked about some, you know, celeb hookups, social media drama. We had a Diddy update. We really got into a lot of good topics. on this happy hour hang. So I really loved catching up with you guys. Thank you again for the boost of energy. I needed it. I love and appreciate you guys. If you are here and you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. Also, Joy, thank you for reminding everyone to, if you have been considering joining the membership, go ahead, do so. I promise you will not regret it. You just go to my channel homepage, and right next to the subscribe button, you'll see the join button. With the membership, you get access to a members only live every Tuesday. You get access to a members only video every single Friday. You get access to the House of Hill group chat. So definitely consider joining the membership. It is the most fun. It is iconic. It is amazing. We love it. Also, if you're still here, Pinky promised me that you will show up on Wednesday for our happy hour hang at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. And you guys, thank you so much for another fun happy hour hang. If you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure you do so. Make sure you're following me on TikTok, Threads, all of that good stuff. Also, thank you guys for the compliments on the Toasted Tea podcast. I saw some comments at the beginning. We did release a new episode today. We had a crazy schedule last week, but thank you guys for also supporting the podcast. I really appreciate you guys for doing so. And on that note, have a fantastic rest of your evening. Britt, I'm so happy this helped get you through a shift successfully. I love to hear it. You guys have a great rest of your night. I will see y'all on Wednesday for Kelly's birthday. Kelly's birthday is on Wednesday. And have a great rest of your night, guys. See y'all then. Bye.